Head to woodwardsports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. Woodwardsports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at woodwardsports.com.
Go.
Morning, T.
What's going on here? What's the name of the show again?
It's not on the back wall.
They keep changing it.
First to the whistle.
First to the whistle.
Lions edition.
Okay. I'm going to rename the show today the Cool Breeze Lions Show. How about that?
Hey.
Let's go with it.
Okay.
All right.
Let's go with it.
Hey, I got some special numbers for you today.
T-Foss with the numbers?
Yes. It's a numbers Sunday.
Okay.
All right.
We got to wait a whole 24, 36 hours for this Lions game.
You know what they used to make us do? They used to make us do 7 a.m. on Monday Night Football game.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, us, like you and me.
Yeah, you and me. And
Yeah, that's right.
I remember
got it.
those times.
Now we get to sleep in a little bit, but then you're on Big D every Monday, so you'll be with Neil and Spenny and KG tomorrow.
Big thrill. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll talk about it. Okay, first number for you today.
Hit me, Terry.
14. What is the significance of number 14?
That's how many receivers Amon-Ra St. Brown's girlfriend thought were selected over Amon-Ra in the NFL draft,
You know
right?
that could be right, but not in this instance.
Okay, 14. Is that... I don't know. Is there some Jared Goff touchdown reference here?
It does involve Jared Goff.
Okay.
And when I say it, Stick might show up at the show.
I'll go like the
Hey,
Undertaker.
Stick, we got a Jared Goff stat coming. What is it, 14?
I was listening to a national show on a quote-unquote NFL expert. He ranked the quarterbacks from 1 to 32.
Oh, no.
Jared Goff came in at number 14.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
And
What?
Okay.
about 14 seconds until that person got fired from their job.
He kept his job because Stick wasn't running that network.
Oh, okay.
So someone actually ranked Jared Goff as the 14th best
14th.
quarterback.
Yeah, he's behind Love.
Of course. Everyone's favorite quarterback all of a
Who
sudden.
has accomplished none.
He was
none
ahead
the
of
expectations.
Caleb Williams.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Caleb Williams might be the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Just say he is.
Yeah,
He is.
He paid
he
his
is.
nails. What do you
Well, I
expect?
got a lot to say about Caleb when we kind of do a little post-mortem about the Bears, but you can't name 14 quarterbacks in front of Jared Goff. I don't know if you're trying to rile me up,
He
Terry.
named 13 ahead of him.
Yeah, that's fucking whack, Terry. He's
I see
whack.
what you did there, T.
Let me guess. Bo Nix is in front of him.
Whoa.
And probably
He-
J.J. McCarthy, too.
Bo Nix was.
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
my
JJ
word.
was not. Do you know
What?
stat about your boy JJ McCarthy?
What?
Is if he had spiked the ball
Oh, yeah.
every time, he would have had a higher quarterback rating than he does now.
That's wild.
But he was also named NFC Player of the Week.
Yeah, you know who got that week, too?
Who?
The 14th best quarterback in the
right.
NFL,
Yes,
Jared
Goff.
Goff. They had a little different stat line. I think Jared Goff was like 23 to 28 for 314 yards, 5 tutties.
Okay. Now,
Sorry.
I got another number for you. You're going to give me a number now.
Okay.
The Detroit Lions against the Green Bay Packers were a 1.
Mm-hmm.
The Detroit Lions against the Chicago Bears were a 10.
Okay.
According to Matthew Arnold Broder III,
Oh, I got
What?
the Matthew, too.
what are the Lions actually? What number are they on a scale of 1 to 10?
It's a great question. 'Cause
Yeah, I'm going to write mine down here so you don't accuse me of cheating.
I'm going to go with an 8. So
That's
this
respectful.
question came, I don't think they're as bad as they looked against the Packers. I don't think they're as good and dominant as they were against the Bears. The Bears blow. But I'm going to go with an 8. I think they're more like that Bears game than they were against the Packers.
I'm going to agree with you. I wrote down the number 8.
Come on.
Right.
That's respectful.
Now, the Bears blow sounds like a children's book.
I know. I know. Did you see Shane Gillis's opening monologue at the ESPYs by chance?
I did not by chance.
I forget the actual titles he came up, but he was making fun of Bill Belichick and the bedtime stories he reads to his very young girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, North Carolina football kind of blows too.
Oh,
Every time I see them play, they're awful
Yeah. Yeah.
against terrible teams.
He's just getting them ready for his son. Yeah, 2 years to pay some players, get them into Chapel Hill.
Now, imagine, there were some Lion fans who wanted the Patriots way to come here. They got Matt Patricia.
Yeah.
What if Bill Belichick had taken over instead of Dan Campbell? How do
Wow.
you think that would look?
That's a great vision, because honestly, it doesn't seem like it would work. Like we've seen the opposite. We've seen how it's worked with Dan Campbell, but at the same time, he's the best coach to ever do it. So it's like,
But you know what? He's going to start ruining his legacy, because a lot of times people just hang around too long. Like Willie Mays. Remember Willie Mays?
Yeah.
Was a great baseball player until he played with the Mets.
Mets, and he was.
Then he couldn't play, and he got old.
Mhm.
I think Bill Belichick is doing the thing. Great in New England, but then he stayed there a little too long. There was a rift between him and Robert Kraft.
yeah,
And there's always a debate, was it him or Tom Brady?
yeah.
Now he's going to North Carolina, and his legacy is starting to decline.
Yeah, Tom Brady won one without him,
Correct.
just for the record.
I heard that rumor.
Yeah, deflated balls or not. You got the Lions at an 8?
I put 8 down there.
So you think they're more like what we saw in the Bears game?
Yeah, but, obviously not there because your children's book, The Bears Blow.
The Bears blow.
I think the Lions, and let me just say this. After the Green Bay game, I was shook. I'm like, damn, maybe what everybody said was right because of the retirement of Ragnow, the 2 coordinators leaving. Maybe they're just bad.
They looked bad.
They did. But maybe Green Bay is just good.
I think they are. I don't think they're as good as everyone is saying they are.
No, they got to do one crucial thing.
Find a quarterback.
Go on the road.
Oh, yeah. They're scheduled. They
Well,
got
they already have a quarterback. He's the best one in the division.
Yeah, apparently. He's going to look great for a couple weeks, and he's going to have a couple games in a row where he throws 2-3 interceptions each. He'll probably roll his ankle. I keep hearing about these mobile quarterbacks that keep getting hurt. Why do all these mobile quarterbacks keep getting hurt?
Because they're getting hit.
Why? But I thought
they're mobile.
I thought it was valuable to get out of the pocket. I thought
it
Jared Goff,
is.
to be elite, needs to be a scrambler.
It is a great skill to get out of the pocket as long as you don't get injured.
True, but where is there a higher chance of injury? Out of the pocket?
Out of the pocket.
Or protected by 5 guys over 6'2", 300 pounds?
Well,
I'll take option B, Terry.
okay.
I got option B.
Yeah, you guys know I can't ever miss out on a chance to throw some shade at one Jordan Love. But
Thank you.
In the LaFleur era, I still believe that Malik Willis has had the best stretch out of any quarterback there. All right, back to you guys.
Wow. He's dropping Malik Willis on us.
That's lethal. Shame on you.
That's heavy.
He's talking Malik Willis. Did you see who was playing quarterback for the Bears in the 4th quarter against the Lions?
Yes.
My
He's
dude.
not good either. I'm sorry.
He's better than Caleb.
He's not.
Catfish Caleb, Anson likes to call
Shout
him.
out
What was his
Anson.
name?
Anson?
Mookie?
Who? Badgent? Tyson Badgent?
He's not good, man.
Catfish. That's going
Right.
to stick.
Greg 2025 says, say it, Broder. I don't know what it's about, but I'm going to say it's about Tyson Badgent.
Okay, I'm out of here.
But Terry, how good did that feel beating? And I think you have some more numbers for me. Do
I
you?
do.
Okay, but how good did that feel beating the Bears like that? Like
You mean bitch slapping him?
yeah. Yeah, your ex came back into town. Remember, we talked about this being like the night before Thanksgiving.
I know, but you're losing me. I don't like talking Lions football and exes. I always hear, it's like an ex-girlfriend. The Lions treat you like an ex-girlfriend. No,
Treat you like
they
a
are a
side
football
piece.
team with 300-pound smelly men.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with your current girlfriend, your old girlfriend, or your future girlfriend.
I think it does, though. Because
help me with that. How?
Yeah, your ex came back into town the night before Thanksgiving. She broke up with you, by the way. She chose the other man. Came back into town. She decided, hey, I'm going to show up to the bar fashionably late so I can make a grand entrance in front of all my old friends, make my old boyfriend look stupid. She shows up. No one's really looking. And you know what? As the ex-boyfriend, you know her better than anybody, right? So you decide to show up 15 minutes later than her. Same clothing as you wore, same wardrobe when she was around, same haircut. Same dip in your lip, probably, except you got a perfect 10 on your arm.
Don't like it. Does she smell like Gatorade?
It doesn't matter. You got that dub, and she's a perfect 10.
Okay. Look, I'm just sick and tired of any line reference having to do with ex-girlfriends. Because it's a football team.
Yeah.
It doesn't, they're not romanticizing you. They don't smell like lilac. They don't have like pretty little flowers in their hair.
They want to lay on you.
You don't think Dan Campbell had something to prove or wanted to prove something?
Yeah, but he's not thinking about Ben Johnson being his ex-woman.
What about the players?
No.
Caleb,
You didn't think the players, Brian?
Yes.
They didn't take it personal?
Okay, all right, here, motherfucker. Here, listen to this. Yes.
Okay, Terry.
They wanted to do something and make Ben Johnson look bad. But they weren't sitting on the sideline saying, oh, there's my ex-bitch over there. Looking good. But she chose another man. They weren't thinking that. That's my point.
They weren't thinking it because they have a new girl. They don't need to look in the past. They made they proved their point.
Terry not going for it.
Nah, man, you killing me. He's not the only one. That's why I'm upset. You're killing me, man. This is not a romantic thing. It is a business. When you leave it to, it's a business decision.
Like prostitution.
Right.
Like prostitution.
Just like if you left here to open up Broder's boot shop, I'm not gonna get mad at you.
No.
You open up a boot shop. Open up, and we wish you the best. But you're gone.
But what if I open up that boot shop on the opposite corner of this studio, and I did that because I thought the best chance for me to be successful is to be in this division with this team and this coach and these players. This is my first head coaching opportunity. My best chance is to go up against the Detroit Lions twice a year. He said that to those players.
Okay, fine, but I'm still not thinking of you as my bitch.
Okay, that's
my
fair.
ex-bitch.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Exactly. Got a pimp, you know.
Ben Johnson
Took his-
is wanting to prove that he made the right decision to the world. And his idea of the best situation for him and his family, yeah, he got paid. Of course. That's a huge part of the decision. But your very first head coaching opportunity, you chose Caleb Williams in a team that this Detroit Lions team has to play twice a year. So you're saying, I'm going to be successful, and to do that, my best opportunity is to go up against the Lions twice. The players take that personal.
They do. I agree. But they're not thinking that this is my ex-bitch. That's
Fair.
my point.
Fair. I can move on from that analogy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's like a
Because I hear it
transactional
too
fee.
often when the Lions started 8-1 and they missed the playoffs. It's like my girlfriend ditched me and stuff. No, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's not true. It's not accurate.
It was for sure fun seeing them do what they did, though. Like, this is the difference between the Bears and the Lions, what Ben Johnson inherited versus what Dan and Brad built. Like, we talked about it for ad nauseum, how bad they looked against the Packers, how good the Packers looked. They drafted guys like Jack Campbell, like Penei Sewell, St. Brown, Hutch, Branch, Kirby. They drafted these guys for moments like that, where no storyline, none of it is too big for them. Ben Johnson has a lot of talent. Like, they got good players down there in Chicago, but they weren't the type of football players that Dan and Brad drafted. So Ben Johnson has a lot of work in front of him.
Of course, it's his first year. It takes time to do this. Really, you don't get the team that you want until your third year. Now, I'm going to make your head spin. I got a tough question for you. Let's say Ben Johnson is a disaster. Let's say the Bears say we fucked up, and they fire him after 1 year. Ben Johnson calls Dan Campbell, hey, buddy, what's happening? I'm out of a job. Would you hire him back to be your offensive coordinator?
Yes. I would.
Yeah.
So
I would. My despise of him right now is because he's the Bears head coach, not because he's a brilliant offensive mind. Like, that is what I worry about. I don't worry about him as a head coach yet. I don't know if he's head coach material. I'll take him calling my plays all day long, any day of the week.
Well, I'm torn on this because I have a philosophy. You can never go home. If you are the head coach of a place and then you leave, when you come back, it's usually a disaster. Does that pertain to an offensive coordinator too? I'm going to say no, probably not, because Dan Campbell is still going to be in charge. He still sets the pace. And it's calling plays. You're no longer the leader of men. You're no longer in charge of this whole thing. So I'd hire him back too.
Yeah, you just have to focus on the offense. You just have to focus on Caleb Williams or Jared Goff and how to get the ball to the to your weapons. As the head coach, he's got to worry about dealing with Jalen Johnson and dealing with what linebackers are we going to start today. There's so much that goes into it. I was actually more worried about their defense going into this last game. I respect Dennis Allen, their DC. They looked horrible, though. They looked horrible. Shout out Bello Pizzamente in the chat, says CK represent. I believe that's an old classmate of mine who I see in our Woodward Sports chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. We got a lot to talk about. Lions versus Bears, the defeat last week. Lions versus Ravens coming up Monday Night Football. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to y'all, Terry. You got some more numbers for me?
Well, I was going to just kind of piggyback on there with the Ben Johnson thing.
Yeah.
That's why I believe that Dan Campbell went and just laid the absolute smackdown. So if there is ever a chance for a reunion, there's not going to be anything where Ben Johnson is thinking, well, you know what, I thought my way could have been this or that. Because even when he was leaving, it just seemed like his comments with the Bears as if he believes there is another way to win this thing. And that maybe there was something that should be done counter to what Dan Campbell and co wanted to do going forward. And obviously, you don't pass up opportunity to become a head coach. But if you're ever going to leave that door open and you're going to make sure, hey, I'm the captain now, you do what Dan Campbell did and leave nothing to doubt. Like, the way Ben Johnson left that field, I was like, yo. And then Dan was like, man, that's my brother, man. You know I love Ben Johnson.
Yeah, for the room.
30 points, bro.
Do you believe this horse shit that we've been fed? Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson remain good buddies. True or false?
Bullshit.
I wanna say true. There's something like that. I don't know if it was their handshake or whatnot.
No, man. Oh, come on, man. Come
You know
on,
what?
man. Come on, man.
I'm gonna give this dude another name. Bambi.
You don't have to shoot,
He
man.
believes everything. He's so cute. He's like the little deer. You told me you like him? I believe you. All right, dude. Look at the handshake. Look at the fact that Dan Campbell ran the score up on the Bears.
He did blow off Hank Fraley, too.
Right?
He did.
Yeah, he did blow him off.
They ran up the score, and that handshake was 1/1,000,000th of a second. Do you still believe that they're buddies?
No.
I think maybe they're not talking so much right now, but
God.
they're gonna get
Look at this guy.
they'll get a text at Christmas time. I do believe they'll still be friends, but like during the season or during the week they're playing each other, they hate each other.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
So they hate each other or love each other?
During the week that they play each other, they're not texting, they're not talking.
No, they don't like each other.
Okay.
There is something going on there. And I can tell you why I know that. Because our own Neil Rule, who I also make fun of, so you're not the only person, he said something to the fact that he talked to someone within the Lions organization, and that there was a rift between Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson
Yeah.
before he left. Immediately, the people from the Lions call, "What? Where'd you get that information? That's not true." Rah, 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 rah. That means it's true.
Yeah.
The fact that they called him. Once again, my philosophy in sports: do not go by what they say, go by what they do.
You know, what if we go by their faces? You know, because would you
Right.
guys happen to say that Matthew Stafford's probably burnt out here now? He's probably like, you know what? F you guys, Detroit. Right. Well, I saw that look again after the game. And it was Ben Johnson on the podium looking just like Matthew Stafford when he just omitted Detroit fans. And it was like, what are they supposed to do? Oh, they had to score the touchdown. You could tell he was seething.
Yeah.
What?
Salty.
Disrespect? What? It was
Salty.
like, yeah, bro.
Demoralizing.
He
Put
did
you on the
not
lap and
answer
spank
the
the tail.
question.
It's like he-
that's
It was
Okay.
hot,
He
bro.
just he sounded like he
Do
got
you
bit
think
over
I
with no
like
grease.
I do.
okay. Now, what if I walk up to you and kick you in the balls?
Yeah.
Do you think I would still like you?
I wouldn't like you very much.
We have a little riff, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Dan Campbell did to Ben Johnson.
Just kicked him right in the nuts.
Kicked him right in the nuts. And then I asked Broder, will they still like each other? He said, oh, yeah, they're good buddies. Hey, what are you talking about, T?
I can't sugarcoat.
There's something going on there.
What do you think it's just him going to Chicago, or do you think something happened? Like
Yes.
Something.
Chicago?
Everything.
Yes, do it
Chicago
all.
and something happened.
Yeah. Like what?
I have no proof of this, but I have to believe that Dan Campbell was not pleased with Ben Johnson's play calls against the Commanders.
I'd have to agree. Ben?
Then he goes to the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
And then he chooses Caleb Williams over, what's his name? Jared Goff.
Yeah, Jared Goff.
Right.
Lord Goff.
So I think there was a bunch of stuff in there.
Oh, those preseason comments as well, talking about the quarterbacks and such. There was some weird stuff now that I think about.
He's never had a quarterback who can run or who's mobile.
And but he told the truth.
He did.
What?
Right?
He
Come
did.
on, man. You got to give the white boy Wiggle a little bit more credit than that.
Whoa, stop. Jared Goff don't even have white boy wiggle.
He got a little bit
he
of
don't.
white boy shimmy.
No,
Matthew
hell
Stafford had white boy wiggle.
Yeah, he does.
Would you give Jared Goff at least a little bit of white boy shimmy?
He's
At least
stiff.
a little bit.
No. When your big rushing production is a 6-yard gain on the ground, no, you don't
Didn't
have
he
white boy
run for
wiggle.
a score last year?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. One of his most famous in the shootout against Mahomes back at the Coliseum.
Ooh.
He had like a 20-yard touchdown rush
That's because nobody.
layup right at the
That's
the
because
stands.
nobody decided to run after him.
Yeah,
They thought he was so incompetent running.
and he was so many steps ahead of the defense.
All right. White boy wiggle. I'm gonna kill the white boy wiggle.
Here we
You
go.
saw how
Here we go.
St. Brown jumped into the stand, the Lions leap. Jared Goff looked like an elephant trying to do the same thing. He couldn't even get over the board.
That was not his most athletic showing. I don't know if he would want to show that tape at the combine.
No.
But he got up there and he made that little girl in the stands famous at her school.
He got a 10-inch vertical leap.
good.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
He barely did that because he couldn't even get over the little railing.
Hey, I will never make fun of another white boy who can't jump. I can't. My hops.
Okay.
My vertical.
All right.
I need every inch I can get.
Jared Goff does not have
Pause.
white boy wiggle.
I agree. He's underrated in the pocket. He's one of the slowest quarterbacks, but he's one of the slowest quarterbacks in the NFL. Maybe a hair faster than Joe Flacco, who's 80 years old.
You know, you're adorable.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank
You
you.
crack me up.
I had a number for you about Goff.
Okay.
Well, it's a lot of numbers, but I don't know. Do you know this was his second career game with at least 300 passing yards, an 80% completion rate, and 155 passer rating? Tied for most in NFL history.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. He
Right on.
keeps breaking franchise records and NFL records.
Not bad for the 14th best quarterback in the NFL.
Right. Weird how that happens.
What must he do? Now, in some rankings, when we rank him, we put him in the top 5, never in the top 3, He doesn't belong there.
No.
But I was a little stunned to see a guy he kept listing names. Actually, he's going to say Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He's going to say Josh Allen. But when he keeps going on and on and on, you hear Jordan Love. And then number 14, Jared Goff. There's still people who do not consider him a top 10 quarterback. What must he do to be considered? Would you put him in the top 5?
I wouldn't. I have him top 7.
Okay, that's good.
And with
agree.
Burrow getting injured, I go back and forth each day of like, how low do I drop Burrow? He's as talented as any quarterback in the NFL, but the dude never plays. He's Marcus Davenport at the quarterback position.
Yeah, he's injured.
Damn near.
He's injured.
I'd cheer Goff around 7. I often have Hurts and Stafford above Goff. There is just a little bit more they can do, and they got the ring.
But you know what's weird about the rankings with Goff is whenever we go through quarterback rankings, I'm usually like, it's all right, 7th, maybe 8th, maybe 6th. Maybe that's fair for him, and it feels okay. But at the end of the season, he always has some type of room he's always in the room of conversation of MVP. Like, he's putting up crazy stats, which is crazy. Like, finishes top 5 in MVP, though we all would say he's probably the number 7 quarterback, which is
you know what he's got to do to get rid of that? Like, Jared Goff will go 400 passes without throwing an interception. Then he'll have a game where he throws like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
He's got to eliminate those games. Make him a 2-interception game.
Why does he have to eliminate those games?
Because then that hurts him as far as, first of all, most of the time they lose those games, except against the Texans. It's simple as this in NFL. You don't turn the ball over, you win. You turn it over, you lose.
Yeah.
So he needs to eliminate those games. That hurts him in the eyes of the public.
Right, in the eyes of the public. But are we really going to bash him as a quarterback for the outlier game that happens?
Yeah, because it keeps happening.
But less and less each year.
It happens.
It was once last year, and we saw in the quarterback series on Netflix, in that Texans game, he had a really bad game. 5 interceptions, but that team rallied around him. Ben
Correct.
Johnson rallied around him. He rallied his team to stay with it. He knew that they needed to push the ball downfield.
The stench of Jared Goff remains when he has a game like that. I guarantee he's going to have another one this season.
Yeah, he will.
We just don't know when it's going to hit.
And it might not be a blowout. If he throws another 5-interception game, his team's going to keep fighting. When Caleb Williams throws an interception in the first quarter, you see everybody on that sideline
it's
head
DOA.
down.
It is DOA in that case. And I still see this, though. People in the chat who believe this. Aaron Butler, he calls him Goof. I'm going to call him Goff. But he says Goof, not up to Jackson's level. Talking about Lamar Jackson. He says that's arm strength. That's football IQ.
Yeah.
That's controlling a game. I have seen Jared Goff have all of those things. People say he can't push the ball down the field. Then we see him dotting up Jameson Williams for some of the longest passes we've seen in Lions history. People say stuff about some of the interceptions, and this is where I do agree with T. Foss. He has his jersey in the Hall of Fame for having a perfect game in a dub, right? But then he does have those games that just the detractors, until he has a Super Bowl in his record, those games are always going to ring more true than any of the good that we see him string together. And that is where I believe T. Foss is at when he's saying, like, he's going to continue to get hurt. Because I don't agree with Aaron Butler's comments, but when you hear people talk about Jared Goff versus the others, they always ding him on these things, when I do believe Jared Goff is one of the smartest quarterbacks in the league, and I believe he's one of the best at actually controlling or managing a game, despite the lack of mobility or white boy wiggle that T. Foss won't give my man Jared Goff.
Our Woodward Sports Chat was a perfect example of that during the game last week. And I'm not going to call anybody out by names, but you remember that horrible throw Jared Goff had in the first quarter where he underthrew Jameson Williams, wide open, would have been a first down.
You talking about the Micah Parsons forced interception?
Oh, no. I'm talking in the Bears game. But
the Bears game.
There's that, too. That was a horrible pass. Everyone in the studio could probably make that pass. What they failed to acknowledge was the pass just before that to Amon-Ra St. Brown on 3rd down and long, where he put it down and out of the defender's reach where only St. Brown could get it, just past the first down marker. That's an elite throw. It's not 45 yards down the field.
But it shows you how impactful interceptions are.
Yeah.
Because if you don't throw the interception, you win games.
Yes.
Simple as that.
Yes. 0 turnovers this last game against the Bears.
You win.
Yeah. 6 of 7 in the red zone. They scored touchdowns in the red zone. Unlike the Packers game, which they got there, they couldn't put the biscuit in the basket.
Bam.
Yeah. That was the difference with the Bears game. And then as soon as they got a lead, it was teetering a little bit in the first half, but once they really stepped on their throat, once TeSlaa made that catch down the sideline, it was over. It was over.
Yeah.
It was over.
TeSlaa needs more targets, too.
I think he's going to start.
I want to see him catch the ball with 2 hands. I'm curious to see if he can do that.
Scotty Montgomery doesn't know if he has an elite left hand.
Right.
He's got a great one hand, but I don't know about the other one. The thing about Goff and why this offense works, yes, he is so smart. It's his football IQ, and he's pinpoint accurate, and his ball placement's great. But he found 8 different receivers. So he threw for 334 total passing yards, 8 different pass catchers. St. Brown had 9 for 115 and 3 touchdowns. Jahmyr had 2 receptions for 108 yards and a touchdown. This is why the offense can work. This is why you pay Jahmyr $83 million. He doesn't need volume to make a massive difference on this offense. 2 catches, 108 yards. What was 108? Yeah, and 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and that's cute. It was against the Bears. But for him to be worth that money, he's going to have 5 or 6 catches a game, 110, 111 yards, a touchdown.
Why, though?
Because you have to keep the chains moving at times. And 2 catches, 102, 108 yards, it's great. But at some point, you may need him for 15 yards or just to keep the chains moving.
But isn't that what St. Brown and TeSlaa is for? Laporta?
Right, but let's have another weapon that can do that.
I agree. But what about that weapon who, in the third quarter, the defense, Johnny Morton sees something in the defense, we're going to send Jahmyr on that deep route.
Okay. You're not going to see teams every week quit on the field like the Bears did.
That's
all right?
facts. Yep.
Therefore, games will be tighter. Therefore, you're going to be facing a 3rd and 8. St. Brown might be covered for the first time in his life, so you hit Jahmyr for 10 or 15. That's why I say he will need to have 5 or 6 catches. TeSlaa will have to have catches also, and not just the one-hand variety.
That's a good point, and we've seen TeSlaa in the preseason and talked about in practice his ability to run those deep routes successfully, how he can get off the line of scrimmage. He's a white boy, but he's fast. So he can run that, and he's 6'4" with these crazy hands. We might see more Jahmyr on those intermediate routes, those 15-yarders. In fact, that Texans game last year where Goff had 5 interceptions, that was one of those games where I saw Jahmyr and his route tree really start to mature. I start to see that confidence that Ben Johnson and Jared Goff had in him. Remember, he got a big first down catch, and he got sandwiched between 2 defenders.
Yes, sir.
Took him a second to get up, but that's Jahmyr's toughness coming out. Jahmyr always lowers his shoulder at the end of his runs, too. I think we are going to see more Jahmyr across the middle.
Okay, let's talk about this game against the Baltimore Ravens. Jared Goff periodically throws in a clunker.
Yeah.
And sometimes this gets better teams and bigger moments. There's not going to be a bigger moment in the first half of the season than the Monday night game.
Yeah.
Baltimore Ravens, are we in agreement their defense isn't what it's been?
Right.
But they're still good.
They're good. They got players.
They're still dangerous. Do we see a clunker from Jared Goff on Monday Night Football against the Ravens?
I don't think so. This game's set up for a clunker. They've had Jared Goff's number in the past, that 2023 game where they won 38-6. Jared Goff did not play well. The whole team didn't play well. But I think this is one of those not team-defining moments, but this is one of those moments where the Lions need to prove to themselves that they're truly in that upper echelon of teams with the Ravens, with the Bills, with the Chiefs and Eagles. Not the Packers.
This game is
for the
not.
record.
We talked last week and said the Bears game was must win.
Yes.
This is not a must win game.
No.
But it is a must show up win. And what I mean by that,
That's a great one.
if you lose a game, let it be 27-23 or 35-31, somewhere you're in that game.
Yeah.
And where people can look at you and say, all right, I see it. Don't have another 38-6 blowout or 23-0 blowout. I don't need to see a win Monday night, but I need to see a compete.
Yes.
Must compete.
Yes. Yeah. This is the eye test is a big part of this Monday night game.
Right.
That game 2 years ago, it was over from the first snap. It felt like that Packers game week 1 where the Lions were the inferior team from the first to the whistle, from the opening whistle.
They look like a JV team trying to take on the varsity.
Yes. We were jacked up to go to Baltimore. The Lions were 5-1, and it looked ugly. I think we had a bye week after that, and then they had that Chargers game that turned things around for me, but there was that taste in the back of your mouth that they can't really compete with the elite of the elite. And we're talking right now, this is the regular season. The Ravens haven't proven they can get to the Super Bowl, but there's no questioning John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and this Ravens team, how good they can be in the regular season. Their offense is nearly unstoppable.
What needs to be fixed more in the Raven game? The pass rush or the offensive line?
I think it's got to be the offensive line.
Look at you.
Yeah. You just talked about we need a shootout. We need this to be a game where they take the Ravens over 30 points, where it's a 35-32 game.
I disagree. It should be the pass rush. Here's why. They had 4 sacks last week, correct?
Correct.
Against a bad Bears team. And the sacks all occurred when the Bears were done. That team quit on the field.
They did.
So then that's when you generate a pass. I didn't see much of a pass rush in the first half.
No.
When it was still a competitive game. I think the Lions need to step up more on the pass rush than they do the offensive line.
You don't think with Lamar Jackson's elusiveness that their pass rush, they might be able to get more pressure on the quarterback, but he's going to be very hard to sack. So what you're doing is you're forcing him out of the pocket. Do they want to do that? Like this is almost,
you want to get him out of his comfort zone. So maybe we're changing terminology. How about a pass containment?
I'm with you there. This is almost one of the games where I'm okay if they just they sort of crush the can and make that pocket smaller. Even if you don't get to Lamar, he's vastly improved with his arm, but you got to make his arm beat you. You don't want Lamar using his legs.
You know who could kill the Lions more? Derrick Henry. There's leakage as far as the Lions but rush defense.
Yeah.
It's not as good as it was last year early.
Yeah.
Then we started seeing teams gash them for 6-7 yards. Before that, if you got 3 yards on a rush against the Lions, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah.
Now we're seeing teams, getting 6-7 yards, busting plays on them. To me, that's a problem. And to me, that's why I don't think the Lions are going to win Monday night.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to be able to contain Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Super Bowl Vaughn says we just can't compete with teams that aren't conventional. This is about as unconventional as it gets with the weapons that they have. King Henry coming downhill right at your face.
That's the way they used to play football, so it's not that unconventional.
That's not the unconventional part. The unconventional part is the weapon that if Lamar Jackson decides to pull it out of Derrick Henry's pocket, he can do so many different things with the ball, with his arm and with his legs. They got some weapons too. Their wide receiver corp isn't Hall of Fame worthy, but they got 4 or 5 dudes that are really good. when DeAndre Hopkins is probably your number 3, you got a pretty good wide receiver corps.
Correct. But if the Lions lose Monday, it's going to be because of the running game.
Fair.
That they can't stop it.
Do you know what? Do you know what? It's not a matchup I'm looking forward to, but two players that play the same position, one on the Ravens, one on the Lions, that I'm really just looking forward to watch. Kyle Hamilton and Brian Branch. Mm-hmm. That's a pretty awesome safety.
It is.
I
wanted Kyle Hamilton, but that was before. I mean, you get Branch, and
how good is Brian Branch?
He's very good. In fact, I tell you what I would do. Brian Branch on Monday night would be almost like a pseudo linebacker to me. I'm bringing him up. I'm bringing him up in the slot, up into the hole. I want one of the first hits on King Henry to be from Brian Branch.
Yeah.
I'm not playing him deep. If they want to try to gash me deep, I'll take my chances because I don't think Lamar Jackson is going to be able to beat you with the long ball. But King Henry, man, they could keep the ball 8-9 minutes. I don't want that.
No.
Even if they don't score, I don't want that.
No.
So I'm bringing Brian Branch in almost like a linebacker.
That's a pretty good...
Because I don't trust your guy, even though I thought he played a good game last time, Jack Campbell. I thought he was good last game.
He was good.
But it was against the Bears.
It was against the Bears, and it wasn't great.
They played
It
against the
wasn't...
Ravens.
Wow.
That's
the line. That's the captain of their defense. It was another good game out of Jack Campbell.
But he needs help, and that help needs to be with Brian Branch.
Yeah. So, if you're bringing Brian Branch up into the box, maybe playing more like a linebacker, that leaves what I think is going to be an important matchup, position versus position. It leaves your secondary, your cornerbacks, not just on an island, but that makes their job all that more important.
It's true. I'm willing to take that gamble.
Okay. You're trusting Terrion and DJ Reed,
Correct.
Kirby Joseph back there to just hold
Correct.
down the fort. Even if Lamar's running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Brian Branch can get him. He can't.
It's why you bring in guys like Brian Branch, Amik Robertson.
Right. I have that faith in him that Brian Branch can be more effective stopping the run in this situation than stopping the pass in this game.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that overall, but in this game, I am bringing him up and saying, you got thumped.
Yeah. I got a question for you. I want to stay on Brian Branch for a couple minutes here, but it's going to lead into another player that we're going to discuss. Really a segment I got planned for our sponsors from Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. But Brian Branch, here's a comment from Ryan's reaction in the chat I want to go off of. It says, Branch is the best player on our roster. Let that sink in. I don't know if you agree with that or not, but I want to ask you, if Brian Branch played cornerback full time, would he be your best cornerback?
He would, but he would also be wasted.
Right. I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying, how good is this dude? Would he be your best cornerback? Would he be your best safety? Damn, could he be your best linebacker? I'm not going to go that far because they're different, but like he could be your best cornerback, right? If you needed him, if Terrion and DJ Reed get hurt, you needed someone to come fill in that cornerback. Wouldn't he be your best?
Yeah, I think he'd be the guy. It would be better to put Brian Branch there than to look over the waiver wire and try to find somebody that way.
Yeah. I'm down with that. Do you think he's the best player on the roster?
No, I'm still a Penei Sewell guy.
Yeah.
Even though, and people disagree with me, even though he did get dogged by Micah Parsons.
Yeah, a little bit. He looked damn good last week.
He did.
Damn good. Do you know, how about this company, Terry, for Brian Branch? He became only the NFL's third defensive back since at least 1999 to register 15 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 sacks through the first 3 seasons of player's career, joining Kyle Hamilton on the Ravens and Ed Reed, also formerly of the Ravens.
That's elite company.
It is elite company. You want to hear something crazy?
I love craziness.
Branch has only played 2 games of his 3rd season. Think about that. Branch has 15 games left in that 3rd season, and he's already reached those marks. He's on pace to become one of the best safeties in the NFL.
Fantastic
Maybe one
player.
we've ever seen.
That's why I've always wanted him closer to the box because I think he is so disruptive. He hits like a tank. He's a little dude. You ever see him? Yeah, you have seen him in person. He just looks like a dude walking down the street.
Yeah.
What's up? How you doing? What's your name? I'm Brian. What do you do? I work at Ace Hardware. That's what he looks like.
Yeah. Very kind of quiet.
Yeah, and quiet until
Boy.
he knocks the snot out of you.
Yeah.
And you don't know your name.
He might have. He's very nice. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
And you know
My
what?
pleasure.
And Brian Branch is the kind of guy off the field. He'll give you the extra sauce.
Yeah.
But you put him on the football field with a Chick-fil-A thing, you get no sauce.
No sauce.
I ain't giving you a damn thing.
Oh. 6 foot, 203. Kyle Hamilton, 6'4", 220. 2 different body types, but they both play the game with that kind of reckless abandon. We saw it at Ed Reed, out of John Lynch, out of some of the game's best safeties. Brian Dawkins. There's a lot of them combined in these 2 players.
All right, Buckshot, I'm going to ask you, who's the best player on the Lions team right now?
Penei Sewell.
Okay.
I love Penei. I think Gibbs is up there, St. Brown's up there, and Branch is up there. I think those are probably our 4 most complete players. I put Goff up there too, but in terms of players that could be at the very best at their position, Penei Sewell, yes. Gibbs, yes, top 3. Will be top 1 soon. St. Brown's a top 3 wide receiver. Branch is a top 2 safety. That's it.
Yeah, you got a lot of guys who are in position to be top 3 at their positions. That's why before the season, I didn't think the Lions were going to disappear. When I heard they'll be lucky to make the playoffs, I thought that was complete garbage.
Dog water.
Right. But then I saw that Green Bay game. I'm like, maybe they were right.
Yeah.
Maybe Uncle T blew it. But now I'm back I'm back on the 11-win pace guy.
Because you saw it. You saw like how it could look, like all the worries about Ben Johnson being gone and like, will the offense look the same? Yeah, it was the Bears, but okay, we see they still got those players. They're all 25 and under, and they can do whatever they want on offense.
Yeah, that's why, you need the players. And I don't get bent out of shape when coaches leave. I get bent out of shape like if 4 or 5 players leave and they're not coming back.
Yeah.
That's when you need to worry.
Yeah.
But
now players are coming.
correct.
They're wanting to come.
Yeah.
Right.
And honestly, I feel like if the 2 games were reversed, if we played the Bears first and then the Packers second, that increases the Lions' chance of being 2-0, getting them that rhythm. Because they didn't play the preseason, and they just looked like a completely different in sync team against the Bears. And yes, it is the Bears, so we're not going to forget that. The Packers' defense has now befuddled a couple good offensive teams coming into the season. But I do believe that if things were different, you would see different. Because they seem to have perked up the defense in the second half. Jordan Love didn't have this outlandish, otherworldly game. And I get it. Some people say he might have slowed down in the second half. But I still believe that game is in Lambeau. First game of the season. That's probably the one that all Lions fans should have looked at. If we were being real, no Kool-Aid, said that's a probable loss to start the season with a team with no preseason. I still believe that Jordan Love's win here before in Ford Field, I still think that they looked better in that game than they did to start this one this year. And that to me is where I'm still really, really bullish about who the Lions are going to be this season. Packers,
I'm not
get ready for that
convinced
second
they would have won that Packers game, even if it was the second of the season, because even last year, it took them 4 games to really get rolling. They may have been winning in September, but they didn't look good.
Right.
And
That's fair.
I think this is going to be before Halloween, but maybe midway October, we're going to know exactly what this team is. Like, from 1 to 10, you said they're an 8. I said they're an 8 too.
Yeah.
They're going to be competitive. I tell you what, they're going to beat Kansas City. Mm-hmm. They're going to beat the Commanders by 10 points or more.
Wow.
That's my
Week 10.
Ooh.
That's where I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling right now.
Okay.
We're learning now why it's so hard to predict what a team's going to do throughout the season, because even a week ago when we're talking on this show about the upcoming stretch of quarterbacks and teams that the Lions have to play, the Bengals aren't looking as tough as they were a week ago.
No.
They don't have Burrow. The Chiefs, they're not looking that great either. They still have Mahomes and Andy Reid, so you think they're going to win?
I think the Chiefs are fatigued mentally.
Yeah.
Are they still to be feared? The
No.
Chiefs.
Oh, yeah,
No.
you got to fear them.
Okay.
If you don't fear them, they'll kick your ass.
Yeah.
But I'm simply saying now they look fatigued now.
Yeah.
And if you bring your best, they're not going to beat it.
Yeah, you'll beat them. And I wouldn't say feared. I would say respected. They deserve to be
Concerned.
respected, taken seriously. The Lions aren't scared of the Chiefs. They proved it 2 years ago, opening game of the season against the defending Super Bowl champs. Oh, guess who? Brian Branch coming out party. Pick six.
I tell you what teams the Lions should be afraid of. Ready?
Yep.
That was it.
Nobody.
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 When you become
That's actually eat.
no, when you become one of the better teams, you fear no one.
Yeah.
You respect them. You know they could beat you, but you go into every game expecting to win.
100%.
Right.
100%. They could accept that they're in a class with 5 or 6 other teams at the top, and you wouldn't look forward to having to play Buffalo or Baltimore or Philadelphia. And no, I'm not putting the Packers in that group yet. Sorry. Everyone is crowning them the new best team in the NFC. By the way, are you a sports bettor much?
I don't bet at all.
No? Smart. I rarely do, but I put some money down on the Lions when, after they lost to the Packers, all of the odds started going in their favor. The Lions were like
Get me fired up.
was it minus 475 or something? I don't know.
I saw 450, but
Yeah.
475.
It was up to 550 at some point.
Get me fired up, man.
Yeah, I'm like,
You know-
all right,
you
I'll
know
put a
what?
couple bucks down.
You should have bet it after they lose Monday night. You might get
I'll bet it
better
again.
odds.
Give the man credit. Neil gave me the strategy. He put $50 on it. After the Packers game, he said, hold up for a couple weeks. It's going to happen again. They're going to lose a big game, and people are going to give up.
People are going to freak out and panic, but
Yeah.
you're standing on business. You believe in what Dan Campbell said this team would be. And I do too. Like, what is this squad without a little bit of adversity, without a little bit of dirt? What proves grit except for the fact that you go through these things? And T. Foster's right. We saw them go through this yesterday where even when they were winning, people were still complaining about that offense and about the chemistry and about his Jared Goff in sync. You know, and I do believe that this squad is still better than a lot of us want to give them credit for, because it is. This is a nervous time. We're still fans and media learning to cover Detroit Lions organization, not just team, but organization that's more different and more real and more right than anyone we've ever seen. So it gets weird. I know Chiefs fans, I know they didn't panic after dropping game 1. I know they didn't.
No.
And I do believe that if we do believe in what Dan Campbell said, we can't be all grit when everything is right, but then sheepish and a little bit scared when it gets a little bit rough. Like Chauncey Billups said, I got to find a way to get my Pistons in there.
Yeah.
If it ain't rough, it ain't right, man. And I do believe this team is
I'm
built
going
for
to
it.
give everyone a little piece of advice that you're going to ignore. I'm going to give it to you anyway, damn it.
Lube.
Stop
Go right ahead.
living in the moment. And you know what? I did the same thing, so I'm going to be a hypocrite. After Green Bay, I'll admit, I'm like, oh, damn, this is going to be a rough season. But let it play out. Let the Lions, when you have an NFL season, what you do, you play quarters, the 4 games. If you want to be 3-1 or 4 in these 4 games. So you look at the season in quarters instead of the fans look at it at the moment.
Yeah.
Like, oh, damn. They lost to the Ravens. They stink. Derrick Goff had 3 interceptions. He stinks. But when they go on a roll, a lot of people ignore that. Yeah. Well, that's what they're supposed to do. Stop living in the moment. I don't think we're going to know what this team is all about until week 6. And then if they're rolling in, they're 4-2. That's going to be a pretty good start.
Yeah, be patient. Patiently waiting for a track to explode on.
Well, I will say this. Here's my advice for the people who run the sports teams in the city.
Tell them.
Stop being so damn patient. Steve Eisenman came out again. We're going to be patient. You
We're impatient.
Let it play out. I'm sick of that.
Tell him. You know how good the farm system you know how good the farm system is for the Detroit Tigers?
Our farm system is excellent. Gotta let the kids grow. Don't care if we're gonna blow a 15.5 game lead. We're gonna be good next year.
The future is bright, T. The future is bright.
Future is bright. And here's Brad Holmes. Don't need an edge rusher. We got Marcus Davenport.
Smith.
What are you guys panicked about? I'm smarter than you.
We don't need no damn Smith.
Are we going to allow this crap? I mean, next time one of the managers or general managers get up and say, I hope somebody throws a shoe at him.
Oh, Dan in the chat said there's still a hockey town in the city. Come on, Dan. Come on.
Damn.
We still love our Red Wings.
Real quick, Ryan's reaction 199 says, how is no one called for Cousins yet? Kirk Cousins, with all these quarterback injuries. Anyone going to give the Atlanta backup a call? And then we also got, where to go? Freight Train J, 199, super chat. Are you going to end up giving up Sam Laporta? ? Why I'm so confident in a game, not necessarily a game like tomorrow night, but just games like tomorrow night. The adversity, like Kool-Aid talked about in the booth. Adversity causes some men to break, others to break records. This team is made up, and they're paying the guys that they drafted 3-4 years ago. Those are the guys that have been through 3-13-1. Those are the guys that have been through all of the criticism of this team before they got good. They're used to this adversity. That doesn't mean they're going to win every game or stand up to every test, but they're going to be ready. They're not going to go lay a clunker in Baltimore again. They might not win, but it's not going to look like it did 2 years ago. That's why they're paying St. Brown, and they're paying J-Mo and Penny, soon to be Hutch, Jared Goff.
For the love of God, let it be a football game.
Yes.
Not an exhibition game or a scrimmage or somewhere where you just getting your head swirled in the toilet.
Take Lamar to the fourth quarter where he's truly got to win it, which he can do, but you got to force him to.
Right. Well, he's got to make plays in the last 5-6 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I would be satisfied with that.
Yes. I don't think they're giving up on guys like Laporta. Like, this is part of why they're not signing more guys than Marcus Davenport and El-Quadin Muhammad, which we got to talk about, Terry. Because Laporta did not catch many balls last week. What did he have? 3 receptions, 26 yards. The dude was a beast in the run game. He was a beast blocking downfield. He was as important as any offensive player on the field. He just doesn't have the stats, the receptions and the yards and the touchdowns.
True, but unfortunately, because they built such a good team of young players, you can't pay everybody. Is Laporta going to be that odd man out?
He might.
Because we thought J-Mo was going to be the odd man out, and he got paid.
He did. I never thought J-Mo was going to be the odd man out. But many people did, and he was one of those in the mix. Are you going to pay him, Laporta, Jack Campbell, eventually? That's a to be determined, Terry.
I'm not paying Jack Campbell.
No.
If I got to choose, he's one of the ones I can find another Jack Campbell.
Think he needs a little servicing, he needs a little maintenance check?
It's heating and cooling.
Yeah, Terry, with that in mind, I got a little quick segment to do for our fine sponsors from Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. I want to call this Terry's Tune-Up. I need some advice from you, Terry.
I would have brought my overalls if I knew you were going to do this.
Maybe not next week because Neil's going to be sitting in for you next week.
And he's going to be swarmy.
He is. I got to be prepared. I got to be ready.
Oh, he got something for you.
I bet.
I don't know what it is, but he got it for you.
Something. But I need you to come tell me how my machinery's working, how my assets in my new house are working. I want to call this Terry's Tune-Up because, Terry, every week teams need the maintenance just like their furnace or the air conditioning system. So some are running like a well-oiled machine.
Mm-hmm.
Some are due for servicing. And a few are beyond saving. It's time to replace the whole unit.
And they're making messed up noises.
Yes. So I want you to tell me about this player or unit or coach, wherever I'm going with this. Are they a well-oiled machine? You're good. Just keep running. Do they need some servicing?
Or do I got to get the wrench out and
Right.
do something? All right.
You got to tell me if they need some servicing, what needs to happen for them to get running well again.
Okay.
Or total replacement. We're done with them. Got to get a brand new
Okay, can you just shut up
unit.
and let me go at it? Go.
Yes. Number one,
All right.
Terrion Arnold, a.k.a. Hansy.
Yes.
What do you think of him so far?
I thought I was going to see better. He needs tune-up. I thought he would learn a few lessons from last year, but maybe this is a guy that you got to jumpstart every season, and then he's going to get. I still have a lot of faith in him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to be a well-oiled, humming machine, but he's not that now. He needs a little mental checkup. So that's the way I would say with him. And maybe he's a guy that every year you got to restart him.
Maybe.
Got to.
A little spank on the butt or
Right.
a kiss on the head. Just not in Las Vegas.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So he needs some servicing, but you're not worried about him.
He needs some servicing, but he's going to be fine.
Yeah. I think so, too.
I still have faith in him.
Has given up some yards through the year, has given up some touchdowns, but...
And has fallen for play fakes big time.
Yeah. One thing I do like, his tackling has been impeccable.
Yes.
That's going to be huge in this game where he's going to need to come up and make some tackles, whether that's Henry, Lamar Jackson scrambling, or such. So he needs a little servicing. What about the Lions' offensive line? Week 2, well-run machine, needs servicing or total replacement?
Work in progress. You need some fine tuning there. They looked awful in week 1.
Awful.
It concerned me that Penei Sewell was getting beat on stuff. I don't think they're where they need to be. It was the Bears, and we have to keep saying it's the Bears. The Bears stink. I'm going to say they need a tune-up, but they're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So there's my second tune-up.
They looked a lot better than week 1.
Right.
What about Aiden Hutchinson?
Aiden Hutchinson, to me, is he needs some oil and some gas, something to get him going.
Yeah.
And I understand he's getting double teamed and everything, but he just looks like a guy with one move. He looks a little bit lost. He looks rusty. Maybe we need to put a little oil on there.
Yeah.
To get that rust off. You have to remember, he hasn't played in almost a year. You just don't walk out there and blah, blah, blah. And that's why I didn't believe Hutch looks better now than he has at any point of his career. You mean to tell me you break a leg, you sit for 6 months, you miss the whole season, and then you come back looking better than ever?
Yeah.
That, to me, was baloney.
It was hard to see. As someone who didn't get to see it during preseason on the practice field against Penei Sewell, that's all we heard coming out of camp was, dude, this guy is back and better than ever. But how was that possible?
Halloween. Let's see what he looks like Halloween.
Yeah.
That's my day for the NFL from now on. You can do your thing. I want to see what you look like on Halloween.
Yeah. Don't the Lions have a bye week, that Halloween week, I think?
I don't know. I just know I don't have to go trick-or-treating anymore.
Really?
Correct.
Why?
I got adult kids.
Yeah, fair. Do you
They
hand out
don't,
candy?
live, they don't live in Detroit anymore.
Do you hand out candy, or do you turn off all the lights and go to the movies?
Nah, I try to hand out candy. Nobody's coming now, so you know what I like doing?
What?
And I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have kids anymore. There's a neighborhood where I live. When you go trick or treating, they have candy for the kids and shots for the mom and dads.
I'm gonna need you to give me that neighborhood after we get off the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go visit.
Yeah, and it's pretty good shots too.
Like vodka, tequila, Baileys.
Yes, all of that.
All of it.
And some people even had like the spooky smoke coming out. You drink it.
They're making you mix drinks like smoky old fashions
Right.
as you walk up to the door.
You take the drink. Say, am I going to die? No, I'm still good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
I'm feeling good.
You don't even need kids to go trick-or-treating in that neighborhood.
Well, in that neighborhood, when you cross the street, the kids are helping the adults cross the street rather than the other way around.
Oh, how times have changed.
Right. Daddy's a little tipsy, so.
I don't know why we're talking about Halloween, but what was the last costume you dressed up as?
Oh, gosh, I don't even remember. Last time I remember at Central Michigan University.
Oh, fire up.
I dressed up as a female.
The hell?
With one leg?
No. I wasn't.
2 legs.
I wasn't pogo.
Okay.
No, I had hair then, so I had barrettes in my hair, and one of our neighbors was a big girl, and so I put on her dress and some little shoes, and some bobby socks. That's the last one I remember.
What
Because
the fuck?
when I went out with the kids, I never dressed up. I just went as dad.
You and Dad, let them have fun. All
Right.
right. Now you and the wifey are having fun with the kids out of the house.
We are, and the wife and I are going to the Tiger game today.
Awesome.
Oh, Terry, you gotta. I hope you guys bring some good juju down to Comerica.
I don't think we will.
Man.
They need everything
it
they
badly.
can get.
They can, but I'm not going to be able to provide it for them.
No.
They
No.
This team looks as dead as.
And they're going to
Dead
come to
can
playoffs
be.
with that type of energy.
We need one inning out of that arm, Terry.
It's not happening here.
Yeah. So Terry,
But
Ryan,
it is her birthday today too, so maybe that's gonna be some magic.
happy
awesome.
birthday, Mrs. F. Shout out to you.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Wish your happy birthday for me, Terry.
I'll do that.
Ryan's reaction gave us a $5 super chat. Said, didn't Hutch turn down a contract, then we extended JMO? This is Hutch's prove it year. What if he doesn't? Hutch has $50 million looking down
Correct.
the pipe.
And at worst, we should keep talking about the money. At worst, is $46 million or $50 million. Is that really going to break you either way?
Shouldn't. The Players Association might say.
No, I know the Players Association, they want $52 million or $58 million.
I wanted 40 back when 41 was the highest a month ago. Now it's up to 50 a month later.
Correct. But in defensive lines and defensive everything, that salary cap is skyrocketing. That's why I don't understand Brad Holmes trying to save all this money, because you're going to be able to spend way more than you think in a year or two anyway.
True.
Being cheap ass.
True. You can't not re-sign Aiden Hutchinson, though. So it's just, when are you offering, what are you offering, and when can the job get done?
Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson is dwarfed beyond the pass rusher. He's like one of the faces of the franchise. They need him to do well. They need to have him in a Lions uniform. They need that one-eye black.
They need him to be a top 4 edge rusher in the league.
Right.
Because, who we're about to talk about next, can't be trusted. But Dilemma Al Zut said, good luck, Tigers. Enjoy the game, T-Foss and Mrs. Foster. C-Note 313, couple of Lamar sacks will get Hutch back on track. I'd encourage people to go check out Sharon's Heating and Air Conditioning. Check out their website. They got AC and Furnace tune-up coupons on their website. You can join Sharon's Comfort Club for discounts. And did you know, Terry, their founder, Sharon Clicker, she worked in the HVAC industry for over 42 years and became one of the first women in Michigan to receive a mechanical license.
All right,
Awesome.
good for her.
How about that?
Congratulations.
How about that? You need someone with a mechanical license for the tune-up, I believe, of this next player, Terry. Marcus Davenport.
I was waiting for you to get there.
Yeah, he needs to call Sharon.
He does.
No. Sharon needs to handle this one.
Yeah.
If you're part of the comfort
let's
club,
let's go right up to the top. You didn't ask me what does he need. He needs a total overhaul.
Yep.
We need to fix him back up, and we need to make him sturdy again.
Yeah. You can't write the script to this. Like it's all we talked about last week. Not all we talked about. We talked about him a lot over the course of the offseason because of Brad and Dan, and we're good.
Mm-hmm.
We're good opposite Hutch. We're good rolling into the season with Davenport and Al-Quadin Muhammad. Yes, they had Josh Pascal. Yes, they had Levi
Do you know what we
Onwuzurike.
did? We said Marcus Davenport. He's gonna get injured again. Ha ha ha! Ho ho ho! He. We're joking about it, and then guess what? His chest explodes.
How many times did he come in and out of that game last week?
Was it twice?
Twice.
He will not be playing Monday.
He will not.
So he will not get injured again unless he trips. I don't think he'll make the trip unless he trips in the Packers facility or something.
If you try to follow like the timeline of this and what Dan Campbell has been saying in press conferences, which trust him or not, you don't always trust the guy.
I don't trust any coach. It's not a Dan Campbell thing. Coaches go up to the podium and they lie to the public because they have to.
And that's their
So
talent.
Or they
That's their talent.
massage the truth.
So decipher what Dan Campbell has been trying to tell us with Marcus Davenport. He gets hurt. They don't know what it is for days. They're waiting on imaging. They're getting second opinions, which usually don't happen unless the first opinion wasn't the one that you want to hear.
Right.
And then all of the statements they've been making since. He's going to miss tonight. They don't know how long, but Dan Campbell doesn't really expect it to be season ending. So that leads me to believe season ending was on the table at opinion number one.
Well, because the Lions know that the public makes such fun of Marcus Davenport, they have to put out there, it's not season ending. He's coming back. We know you guys out there snickering at us and Davenport, but he's going to come back and he's going to be as strong as ever.
Oh, a bull.
It's going to be a bull in the china shop.
But he's not day to day. He's play to X-ray. He's like the lemon off the lot. Like he's that car looks great on the showroom floor, looks shiny, nice paint job.
Maybe we need to give him a nickname. Day-to-day Davenport.
Day-to-day Davenport. He and Day-to-day Davis can hang out.
I like that.
What about part-time
Joe
Davenport?
Burrow. Jordan Love will join the party later in the season at some point. Or they'll just say he's injured as an excuse for throwing interceptions to Kirby Joseph. But Davenport cannot stay healthy, which is not a surprise. The problem, Terry, is why didn't they do anything behind this? Like, it's one thing to go into the war with Davenport at the front line. Cool. A lot of potential. He's exactly the type of player, when he plays, that the Lions want. But they totally neglected their depth. And don't tell me that relying on Levi Onwuzurike and Josh Pascal are valid.
I'll tell you what. Your boy Dan Campbell never lies, right? You know what he said the other day?
What?
They have good depth.
They don't. He's lying.
Okay. I told you.
I'm with you on this one, Terry. He's lying to us.
Okay.
They don't have depth. They have maybe a relatively deep defensive line. But I'm talking edge rushers. What were the guys that can go get the quarterback? I really like Al-Quadin Muhammad.
You know who had a good game in limited spots last week?
Al-Quadin Muhammad?
No. Well, he did. Zadarius Smith.
Oh, Jesus. Why you got to do that to me, Terry?
I'm just trying to help you.
Limited snaps. He made an impact for the Eagles.
He
Right.
did.
You saw the Falcons. What was it, Sunday Night Football or Monday night? Their defensive line and outside linebackers absolutely I don't even remember who they were playing, but they destroyed that quarterback. It was just pressure, pressure, pressure.
You know what we need to do? We need to give you a round-trip airfare to Philadelphia. Have you do a sit-down with Zadarius Smith, because that was one of your boys.
Yeah.
He actually was one of the few Lions who likes you.
Yeah.
So find out what the deal is.
Money. He got the money. He's not loyal to a team. I wanted to believe that, like, he was holding out for the Lions and wait till the contract doesn't need to be guaranteed after week 1 and he's fooling around with cash. I don't know. He's not loyal.
Here's what I think. Brad Holmes said he can't play. Brad Holmes said, I know y'all see something in him. I don't. We don't need him. Because it wasn't that much money. This was a decision. Don't want him. Don't need him. Let him go.
Do you agree?
No, I disagree. I think he could help them more than Marcus Davenport. Can help him more than your boy Muhammad. I wanted to see Zadarius Smith, maybe not a full training camp, but somewhat of a training camp with the Lions, build up that chemistry, and see him go 17 games with the Detroit Lions, where he knows the system from day one, and see how that went.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
But I don't get everything I want.
Dilemma Alzat in the chat. Davenport is Ben Simmons of the NFL. Old Jarhead. I'm old. I'll take more shits today than games played by Davenport. Jesus. I got to read these before I read them live.
And let's go back. Let's go back when Marcus Davenport spoke to the media, and everybody's talking about him, saying he can't play. They need him. Blah blah blah. And what did he say? Don't look at me. Why? Why you guys looking at me?
He holds receipts. He likes to show them off. How do you defend this,
No.
though?
This is a dude that wasn't passionate about playing. I'm not going to say he didn't want to play, but he wasn't passionate about it. This is not a Dan Campbell player.
No.
Because we keep hearing, you can't bring so-and-so in because he's not a Dan Campbell player. Neither is Marcus Davenport.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know. We haven't seen enough of the guy. Everything I've said positive about him has been based off of myth. It's been based off of a couple good games years ago. He never plays.
Right.
How about this? Let me ask you this question, Terry. At the end of the regular season, which number is greater?
Okay.
Marcus Davenport games played or Kirby Joseph interceptions?
I'm going with the picks.
It should not be this way.
Right. And he'll probably get 5 interceptions this year.
He led the league with 9 last year?
Yeah.
So call it 5 to 8.
5 to 9.
Davenport isn't playing 8
now,
games.
I wrote down another number. 8.5. Over under of games that Davenport plays.
Under. Okay. I want to try to think about this in my head. Oh, if he does this, he'll play in 10 games. He could be done till the playoffs. We don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give you guys some goofy numbers here. We're going to have fun.
Let's do it.
7. What is the number 7? What's significant about that?
John Elway's number.
That could be true, but John Elway, last time I checked, didn't play for the Lions.
True.
This is Lions related.
Oh, got it. Jared Goff's quarterback ranking around the NFL.
No,
that was already 14.
Right.
7, I don't know.
7 is the number of victories the Lions had in the year that you were born, 1989.
Come on.
That's why I asked you guys when you were born. 3. What's significance about the number 3?
The number of wins the Lions had when Willie was born.
Nope, the number of Lion wins when I was born, 1959.
No way.
Yes, they won 3 games. 9.
Wow.
Willie. The number of Lions wins when Willie was born.
That's the number of Lion victories when Willie B was born.
Man.
So we got a 7-3 and a 9.
Yeah. Those are fun numbers.
Yes.
Daily.
My birth year was the most jacked up one.
You got 3 and
They
59.
were 3 and 13.
So you just missed the Lions championship. You've never seen the Lions win
No,
anything.
I missed it. I've met people who have, and you know what they all said? They thought it was the first of many to come.
Yeah. Little did they know.
Yep. Well, they didn't know William Clay Ford was going to own the team at that time.
Was his nickname Fido?
Fredo.
Fredo.
Fredo. From the Godfather character, who was kind of a pathetic guy. The owners called him Fredo.
That was William Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Fredo. I can't imagine what it would be like having been born, 1959, and having to live through this. I haven't seen shit, and I was born in '89.
I know. I tell you something that really pissed me off. The flagship keeps hiring these new guys from different cities. And this one time, the new guy was on and said, "Oh, I was just looking this up. Do you know the Lions lost a playoff game 5-0 to the Dallas Cowboys? You can't do that shit because that 5-0 loss to the Cowboys was something that angers the fuck out of Lion fans.
Mm-hmm.
They know that. That's ingrained in them. Yeah, I know they lost 5-0 to the Dallas Cowboys. Still pisses me off today.
Yeah.
Don't mention that shit like, oh, did you see? Woo, I was looking this up and they lost 5-0 to the Cowboys. Come on.
You got to have some self-awareness. You got to know
Right.
know your surroundings, know your audience.
Right. That's just like saying, hey guys, woo, you know the Tigers went 35-5 in 1984. Woo!
Yeah,
I just found that out 3 months ago,
Yeah.
3 days ago. There's certain stuff you don't say in this town.
There's a lot of implants coming on and joining some of the media outlets around town.
The flagship is giving us some embarrassing radio
Yeah.
because they have young guys from Bullworth, Mississippi, who don't understand the pain and suffering of Lions fans.
Yeah. Or Tigers,
Preach.
or Red Wings,
No.
or Pistons. There's that level of tone deafness at Detroit sports fans, just because it's been we've had a rough decade. We've had a rough couple of decades.
Correct.
But
And
that
it's
doesn't-
starting to turn around.
It is. That doesn't mean this town isn't riddled with history, riddled with success. It's just been a minute. You can't come in here and rub it in our faces.
You know what? Here's how I know somebody's young. I can close my eyes, and if I hear someone say, and this is before Dan Campbell got here, the Lions have been bad for the last decade. I said, that's a 22-year-old who doesn't know anything. They've been bad for decades.
Yes.
As in plural.
Yes. We don't mention the good years that are sprinkled in there. There are many of them.
What good years?
Well, in
What
the
good
90s,
years?
you know why people went to games?
Why?
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders. They said, I'm not going to see this garbage. I'm going to see Barry.
Right. And because games would get blacked out on TV.
Correct.
Now you can't find where the games are, but at least they're out there somewhere.
Well, if you keep poking around, eventually you will find out where the games
Yeah.
are.
Maybe Netflix, maybe YouTube,
Okay.
maybe cable.
I'm boycotting all these services.
No, you're not.
I am. Honey Bun, we were saying, it was Thursday night. She said, isn't there an NFL game on? I said, yes. I'm not watching it. I am not watching games on Netflix. I'm not watching games on Hulu because I know what they're trying to do to us.
What?
They're trying to set it up so that playoff games are going to be on Hulu or Disney Plus or stuff. I
You have to pay.
am not paying for that shit.
It's going to be pay-per-view for the Super Bowl.
I know
soon.
we're gonna say, hey, I'm showing the Super Bowl is at my house this weekend, and Broder said, I'm coming because I don't want to pay $50 to see it.
Yeah.
That's what they're setting up.
It's happening. Since you didn't watch Thursday Night Football on Amazon Prime, you didn't see the other reasons why these outlets, specifically Amazon, are paying hundreds of millions of dollars for single games. You're watching the game. All of a sudden, there's a pop-up right on the TV where you can go right to Amazon Prime and buy this jersey for this team and buy the opponent's jersey. You can buy T-shirts. It's happening. It's that in-game.
I know, and I am calling for all my other American citizens. Don't fall for the fake. I might be the only one, but I'm not watching it on whatever those services are. I refuse to.
All the other ones. Terry, this show flew by.
It did.
It's 9:30.
And I got to go because
You and Honey Buns got a date.
we got a date.
Date with
Brunch.
Destiny, some say Tigers. We heard a lot of Team of Destiny a month, 2 months ago.
You know what I've been hearing the last 15 games?
What?
Must win. And they lose.
The Guardians are coming.
They are.
Guardians are coming. Lions 1-1 face the Ravens at 1-1 in Baltimore tomorrow night on Monday Night Football. Terry, before we take off, got a score prediction for me?
I do. The Baltimore Ravens will defeat the Detroit Lions. I'm going to say 35-31.
Ooh, high
So it's
scoring.
going to be a
That's
competitive
respectable.
game. You're not going to know who's going to win in the last 5 minutes. But it's not going to be a mollywop, and they're not going to drag them across the field
Right.
like they're rag dolls.
Right.
How about that?
How about it? Lions got to win, and to do so, they got to hold the Ravens under 27 points. So I'm going Lions 27, Ravens 24.
Okay, and that is the 50th consecutive game that Broder has predicted the Lions to win.
And my percentage has been high.
It's been high, but damn,
Were they 15-2 last season?
they were.
Yeah, that's a lot of dubs over here.
Well, actually, they were 15-3.
Yeah.
Commanders game.
Facts.
All right, buddy boy.
Terry,
I had
I'll
a
see
pleasure.
you in 2 weeks.
And this is a big day for you. Congratulations.
Thank
and,
you. Thank you.
Have fun.
I will. Check out all the shows. Normal Woodward Sports schedule tomorrow. They're going to be doing some pregame stuff
Or schedule.
with the heavyweights. You're on Big D at 11 a.m.
Correct.
Big D Energy with Neil Rule, Spenmo
Right.
Rax, and KG. And then we got the game. There'll be a live watch party, post-game show, all the kit
And
caboodle.
this show next week is going to be you and Neil Rule.
Yes. Neil Rule's coming. I'm preparing already.
Get ready, Matt.
You're ready.
Get ready.
Only thing better would be doing it with Neil the week of a Vikings game.
Is he a Viking?
No, but he and the Minnesotans.
Oh,
Minnesotans.
yeah, because he hates Michigan.
Yeah. No, he hates Minnesota.
He hates Michigan,
Yeah, the
too.
Gophers. Neil?
McCarthy.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Bryce
people,
Underwood?
Michigan people are hanging on to J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah,
Yes, they are.
no, not because of Michigan. Just for other
Because he's
reasons.
cute?
No, he's a good-looking little guy. He just had his first child. And he just got.
played at Michigan.
he just
You
got
guys never
benched.
let go of people.
Oh, I hope J.J. McCarthy fails in the NFL. I hope. I hope he's the worst quarterback in Minnesota Vikings history.
Okay.
Yeah.
I almost believe that.
No, it's true. When we go back, when he's back in Ann Arbor to celebrate the national championship that he won fair and square, I will celebrate him. While he's a Viking, I will root against him until he retires or changes teams.
Okay.
Sold. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. If you could hit the like button, subscribe,
Smash that like button.
smash it, as Kool-Aid says. We'll see you next Sunday. Go Lions. Terry, I love you,
Good.
man.
Have fun. All right. We'll see you. Bye.
Head to WoodwardSports.com and click on Shop. Get the latest in Detroit sports apparel and exclusive Woodward Sports gear. WoodwardSports.com can get the whole team outfitted. Love the Pistons, Red Wings, and Tigers? We got something for you, too. Shop online at WoodwardSports.com.